All right, guys. The explosion's over. But you know what? Your survival journey is just getting started. We're talking about fallout, an invisible radioactive dust about to rain down on everything. You have minutes to act. So, what do? Let's break it down and get a little smarter about nuclear survival. So, what's going on here? Nuclear fallout is basically tiny, radioactive particles that get blasted into the air after a nuclear explosion. These particles can travel for miles, carried by the wind, before they eventually fall back to Earth. Pretty cool in a horrifying kind of way, right? Here's the real danger. This stuff is invisible. It sticks to everything. Your clothes, your skin, even the air you breathe. And it gets worse. The radiation from fallout can cause serious health problems, from immediate radiation sickness to long-term effects like cancer. But, and this is important, radiation intensity decreases over time. That's why the first few hours and days are crucial. If you can avoid exposure during that initial period, your chances of survival go way up. All right, let's talk shelter. Your goal? Put as much mass as possible between you and the fallout. Best option? Get underground. A basement or storm cellar is ideal. Don't have a basement? Head to the center of a large building. The more walls between you and the outside, the better. Now here's where it gets tricky. You need to seal off your shelter to keep fallout out. Use duct tape and plastic sheeting to cover all windows and doors. Don't forget vents and gaps around pipes. Even the smallest opening could let in radioactive dust. Basically, your ultimate goal is keeping out invisible death particles while not pushing the panic button. So, you're sealed in. Now what? Water is your top priority. You'll need at least 1 gallon per person per day. Fill up every container you can before the tap water becomes contaminated. For food, non-perishables are king. Canned goods are your new best friends. And for the love of survival, don't forget a manual can opener. Because starving to death while surrounded by food, that's next level ironic. Now, let's talk about staying sane. Being cooped up in a sealed room during a nuclear apocalypse isn't exactly a party. Bring books, games, anything to keep your mind occupied. A battery-powered radio is crucial for getting updates from the outside world. And if you've got a deck of cards, well, congratulations. You might just become the post-apocalyptic poker champion. The golden rule of fallout survival. Stay put for at least 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because during that time, radiation levels outside drop dramatically. The longer you wait, the safer it gets. Think of it like a deadly dust storm, except you can't see it, smell it, or fight it. Your only defense is time and distance. But don't get too comfortable just yet. Now that you've survived the initial blast and the fallout, the most challenging part begins. Navigating a post-nuclear world. How do you find more clean water and food? How do you protect yourself when society is now a game of survival? Or better yet, the ultimate battle royale. That's exactly what we're covering in part 3 of our How to Survive a Nuclear War series. So if you haven't already, check out the full playlist on our channel, because knowing what comes next could be the difference between surviving and becoming a cautionary tale. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned, because the real test of survival is just getting started.